Hello everyone to another Catan video. So I'm in the third position and the 8-5-10, both the 8-5-10 seem to be pretty decent spots. So yeah, pink picks up one of those. The 6-5-9 is also an excellent spot. I think Gray should go for 6-9-5 over the 8-5-10. Not a lot of sheep on this board. So that is something that I will have to watch out for. Yeah, so as expected, Gray does go for 6-5-9. So very few wheat and sheep or ore and wheat spots left on this board. Actually, none that are decent. At this point, I think I will just go for the 8-5-10 and point to the ore port as well as the 3:1 port. So red goes for 6-9-2, a decent enough position, and they can go for the 8-3-4 over here. Wow, so red goes for 8-4-3. In that case, I will go for this 8-4-3 and start with a road in hand. I will not be playing with any wheat in this game so far, but hopefully I can go to the ore port, and I also have the option of going on the 3:1 and the brick port. So very reliant on the 8 early in the game, but that is fine, I guess. Red has a decent setup, I would say. Very strong ore and wheat, along with a decent amount of wood and brick and sheep as well. Gray, I think, can go for something like a 9-4-11. Yeah, Gray is taking their time. It's a difficult choice, I would say. Wow, Gray goes for 8 and only 8. So that's very surprising. And I think that's a very, very bad placement. Like, although their numbers are very good, but going for only 8. And then I think they will be racing with me to get to the brick port. But still, that doesn't seem to be a very strong setup, I would say. Especially if the early 6 rolls. I mean, if Gray is able to roll a 6, they will be able to cut me off. But if it doesn't roll, then I will be cutting Gray off. And they have a sheep port, but they don't produce any sheep at all. So that is also there. Yeah, I don't think Gray can do much in this turn. So I do roll a 6 now. And although I can build towards the ore port, and the ore port might be more useful for me, but at this point, I don't want to be racing with red. And for that reason, I think I should be building towards the brick port. But on the other hand, there is not a lot of brick. I mean, I do have the 8 brick, but that is all I have. So maybe the ore port is more important for me. Yeah, I think the ore port is a lot more important because I have a lot of ore and I will be needing it to get wheat with my trades. So now I think red can build a road towards the ore port as well. I will be asking for wheat for sure. So red doesn't accept my trade. That's fine. And they are not racing with me for the ore port, so that's a good thing for me. So now gray will be able to cut me off in this point. Hopefully gray doesn't steal from me, but it's very likely they will block the 8 ore and steal from me. Okay, so they steal from red, but they do block the 8 ore. And now I'm pretty certain that they are building towards. Okay, so they don't even cut me off. So not sure what is going on there. I do roll an 8. And let me see if I can get a wheat, either for an ore or a brick. I'll be fine with either. Yeah, seems like my trade isn't going to go through. So I will not let gray cut me off. I'll just build a road. Red plays a knight, blocks the 8, which is completely fine. Mm, I would do it for a wheat and a wood. So these 6s and 9s aren't helping me at all at this point. Another 7 is rolled. I think gray will now target red. Yeah. And gray is able to build a settlement. So gray is now in a very, very strong position. They have a very strong overwheat uh, game as well as have a lot of brick and wood. Very little sheep, but I think that is the only drawback of their setup. Let me see if I can get wood and a wheat for a ore. Let me offer just a wheat. Sorry, just try getting wheat for a single ore. Okay, so none of my trades are going through. 10 rolls giving me the wood that I want, but now I'm lacking wheat. Maybe I can offer a sheep and get a wheat from gray. So 5 gives me more ore. Yeah, let me off. I think I can get a sheep for wheat trade. So red accepts it. I'm completely fine by that. I get my important settlement on the ore port. Another 5 rolls. So now, although Gray had a very bad settlement on the 8 sheep port, their numbers are so good that they are able to grow pretty quickly. They basically have something like 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, and 11. So these are all the strong numbers in game. But yeah, so now Pink is able to cut off the 6-3-11 spot away from, take the 6-3-11 spot away from Gray and get a dev card. Pink is now in a very strong position, especially if Pink is able to get the 3-1 wheat port. They will have a very strong over wheat cheap game in that case. Not sure what Gray can do this turn. They have a lot of ore in hand, at least. So 5 roll twice, so basically they have 4 ore in hand. But nothing to pair that ore with at this point. Gray does get a city though on the 659. 4 rolls giving me a sheep. Let me see if I can get a ore for a, sorry, a wheat for a ore. Maybe try getting wood for an ore. Or if that's the case, I think I'll just hold on to my cards. I should be able to get a city pretty soon. Uh, if I'm able to get a couple of wheat trades. I'll do it for a wheat. Uh, Offering 2 breaks, but I don't want break. I will do it for a wood. Yeah, red is kind of stuck in their game. They have a very slow start, especially because 8 has been blocked for a very long time now. And these rolls are helping Grey quite a bit. So another 8 rolls, 2 more over blocked from me. If I roll a 7, I have to block Grey. So no. So red just gave Grey a road and a settlement and 6 rolls, giving me absolutely nothing for it. I can offer a break. That is all I can do this turn. Gray might accept it, but okay, Gray also doesn't accept it. So again, so need to roll either a 7 or to play a knight. Uh, these uh, these rolls are hurting me quite a bit. Unable to get any progress because the 5 because the 8 over is blocked. So now Gray has at least 6 over in hand. They can do a 4:1 to get a, yeah, to either get a dev card or probably build a city if they are able to get any trades. So because there have been so few sevens early on, Red and I have a very slow game because we are kind of stuck in our setup. I'm asking for 2 overs so that I can do a 2:1. And I know that Gray has 6 over in hand, so they might be willing to do that. Yeah, so Gray accepts my trade, a single brick for 2 overs. So I can now get my city on the 8-5-10. Although I know that 5 over will be a target, but that's a risk uh, that I'm willing to take, especially because Gray is already on 7. So Gray will be targeted a lot more than anyone else in this game. Hopefully a 7 doesn't roll now, which it doesn't. So I roll a 3. Let me see if I can get some trade so that I can get a settlement or an extra dev card. Doesn't seem like any trade is going through. So in that case, I'll just build my city on the 8-5-10 and end my turn. Another 9 rolls giving Gray 3 wheat. Yeah. So Gray has been very lucky with these rolls. Getting no sevens has made sure that nobody can block them and they are just progressing very easily at this point. So now a 6 gives them 2 more wheat. They have a lot of cards in hand. I think they'll be able to get at least one dev card this turn. And on the other hand, I hope Red got a knight when they pulled this dev card this turn. If Red had a knight, Red gets a knight, they will unblock my 8 and now block either 5 or the 9 wheat. Um, if I'm doing 2, then I will go for an entire dev card. I'm not doing a 1:1 trade with Gray for sure, especially because they are already on 7. So wow, Gray does that trade with me, which is really good for me. Gray might be able to get a road and a dev card. Okay, so Gray just goes for a city and a road. Wow. Gray is progressing in this game very easily. So another 5 rolls. Let me see if somebody wants a vote. At this point, I'll just go for a settlement. And red should play the. So red doesn't play the knight. And the 8 is still blocked. Wow. So I get. Red plays a monopoly and takes away a single over that I had, which is completely fine. But unlucky that red did not get a knight. Finally, a 7 does roll. And I think the 5 over gets blocked now. And pink should steal from gray. Because I have the strongest ores on. Wow. Gray is very lucky here. Immediately rolls a 7. I think they will be blocking the 8 over again and stealing from me. Yeah. So they are immediately able to move the robber away from them. And an 8 is rolled exactly at that point. So Gray basically did not lose anything in that in those 2 turns. And Red and I have been on the losing side of this battle for quite some time now. So now another 6. I still don't think Grey will be able to build on the 3:1 port. They do not have any sheep, is what I believe. Okay, they don't even have wheat. Hopefully nobody accepts this trade. I know Red just got 2 wheat after rolling a 6. Grey just continues building a longer road. Yeah, I think at this point I will have to just get a single dev card. Not much that I can do. I do have the brick port now, so I can just do a 2:1, get a dev card, and now I will have to. I get a victory point. Oh, that's really unlucky. Like I absolutely needed the knight here so that I can stop, or so that I can unblock myself and block Grey. But yeah, so Red gets their second city, which is completely okay. But nobody being able to pull victory, a knight is bad in this game for now. Yeah, Pink also gets a city. So everybody just building cities, but no sevens or nobody able to block Grey for at this point. Yeah, so now Grey is on 9 points. Another 10 rolls. Yeah, I'll just do a 4:1 and get a dev card. Hopefully, it's a knight. Another victory point. So I don't. Yeah. So unless a 7 rolls, I don't think there is any way to stop Grey right now. Finally, a knight played. This was needed quite some time back. I don't know why Pink waited for so long to play that knight. Like they have had it for almost 4 turns now. So they were just letting Grey go ahead in the game and let the 8 be blocked and not Grey. Wow. At this point, I think either the 10 or the 4 gets blocked. Grey should be the target. Okay, the 4 brick gets blocked, which is fine by me. Makes complete sense because a 10 did roll a couple of times, so that was a good block. So now Grey will be without any brick in hand. So an 8 rolls, that's a very good roll for me, uh, giving me 3 ores and a brick. But I roll a 7 immediately afterwards. Wow. Like, absolutely no words. I will, I will give away 4 wood and have no other option but to steal from Grey at this point. I get a wood. That wood doesn't help me much. Not sure what I can do. Let me see if I can get either a sheep or a wheat. If I get either, I will be able to get a dev card. Yeah, but doesn't seem like I am going to get either. So I'll just convert one ore, or convert a 2:1 and get a wheat and end my turn. Red gets another dev card, which is completely okay. So now Grey did get two bricks. Not sure if they will be able to build a settlement. Yeah, they aren't, which is good. On 9 rolls, and luckily I have blocked wheat away from Grey. Let's see if I can get any trade that is helpful. Doesn't look like. Mm, maybe if I get this trade, I can cut Grey off. But I think Red is the only person who will be willing to do that trade. Yeah, I'm not sure if Grey is going to accept it. Doesn't, I mean, I don't know what this is. So at this point, I don't think I have any option but to get a dev card. It's a knight, which is fine, and I will just do a 4:1 into a wheat and hold on to my cards for now. So another 8 gives me 3 more ores. Yeah, so red is also playing their knight and blocking Grey now. Luckily, that's a good thing. So what 10 gives Grey 2 more woods. Yeah, that's a good monopoly. Although I lose 2 woods, but Grey losing 4 wood is a lot more important. I think Grey did lose 4 wood. Also, Grey lost 3 wood, which is fine. And seems like Pink is now going for longest road. Wow. I wouldn't mind if Pink gets the longest road this turn because that would still mean that Pink is on 8 and Grey would be on 7. So that does happen. Grey does lose their longest road. So at this point, I will play my knight, block the 9. Actually, I will roll the die first and then play my knight because if I don't want to get 7'd out. So yeah, Grey building a longer road, which is completely fine. Oh, the 9 does roll. So I should have played my knight before and block 9. But that's the risk I took. I do get a wheat and I will just build my city at this point. No point in actually let me convert my brick into wheat and end my turn then. 7 is roll. I think the 6 brick gets blocked now. I mean the 5 ore is also a decent option. I'm not sure whom red would want to steal from. Okay, so red solo blocks pink. Is pink that big a threat that they need to be solo blocked? I'm not sure about it yet. So 4 rolls giving me 3 more sheeps. I don't think pink is that big a threat because Grey can now build just a road and settlement and win the game. I mean, I don't think it is possible this turn, but yeah, Grey still needs to be kept and kept in check. And 11 rolls. Not sure what I can do with that. I can offer something like a sheep for an ore. Yeah, not sure what. Um, how about offering something like two sheep for an ore? Gray might accept this, but I don't want that. I won't take a trade from Gray at this point. And similarly, I don't think trading with Pink would be a very strong move. So I think in this case, I'll just hold on to my cards and end my turn. And 11 does roll. I hope Pink rolls a 7. Um, wow. Red trades with. So Red basically handed the game to Grey. They blocked Pink's longest road and gave Grey a settlement. No, absolutely no idea why Red did that. So Grey just wins the game in this turn. Even if a 7 is rolled, nothing can be done about it. Yeah, so has to be GG. Yeah, although the 8 rolled doesn't help. I mean, it gives me a city, a couple of dev cards, but yeah, Grey just ended the game. Yeah, so very, very bad move by Red. And I'm not sure they needed to do it. Pink wasn't going to win the game this turn. Yeah, Red just handed Grey the win in a platter. Apart from that, I had a very decent setup. I was able to get my port and even was able to cut off Grey and go to the brick port. Mm, I was blocked a lot early on in the game, so I think I lost like 4 or I think more than 6 or 8 ores early on, and that would have helped me progress a lot further. Sevens didn't roll for quite some time. That was the drawback. And yeah, apart from that, the two victory points that I pulled, I would have preferred if they were knights. Uh, I would have had the largest army, so the two victory points would have been counted on for, and I would have been able to move the robber away from the 8 ore. This is one of the main reasons why I don't like victory points. They don't help you progress in the game, they just give you a victory. So if I'm on 9 and I pull a victory point, or if I'm on 8 and I pull a victory point, that's fine. But early on in the game, it just blocks your hand. Um, End up on the second position. Let's see where I am on the ELO board. Yeah, not a lot of movement there. I think I just gained like 0 point something ELO in that game. So still in mid 6,000s, and hopefully I will continue to rise. Anyways, bye for now and see you again in the next video.